Mr. Mfume from Maryland for 5 minutes of questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, and I want to thank the Ranking Member Ruiz for having us here. My thanks to you, Ms. Weingarten. On a point of order, let me just point out the fact that we claim to love teachers, we claim to care about teachers, but we don't really embrace teachers. We talk the talk, but we never walk the walk. And this Congress and previous Congresses are replete with instances where that has been shown to be true. Now, I just want to point out the presence of a teacher who's here before she slips out of this door. And some of you will recognize her. She was the 2015 JFK Teacher of the Year. A year later, she was selected as the National Teacher of the Year from Connecticut. And we are happy that she is a member of our ranks and a representative from Waterbury, Johanna Hayes. Thank you very much for being here. So let's not get it twisted. If teachers are important, we ought to act like it, and we ought to stop all of this castigating, finger-pointing, accusations, innuendo about went wrong. All kinds of stuff went wrong during the pandemic. Nobody got it right because we were moving in real time. I serve as a member of the business committee, the small business committee. Do you know how many loans went out that shouldn't have gone out, and we're trying to reclaim them now? Because people just in real time weren't doing what they had to do, and how many accusations come out of that? We just can't continue down this track. And, you know, I just don't like angry people who use bully pulpits to make other people look small. If there's some issues and there's some complaints, that's fine. But the way we present what we're doing underscores really who we are, or more importantly, who we are not. Now, my teacher taught me, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I wouldn't want to be a witness that just got the you-know-what smacked around out of them for coming here to testify to this group. Now, this pandemic has had a real and lasting consequence, we all agree, on our students, on our teachers, on our nation. And there's still a lot that needs to be done to make sure and ensure that we're making up for lost classroom time. That's really the bottom line here. How do we make up and catch up? And how do we stop pointing fingers? Getting families the support they needed then and need now is important. And then helping schools to recover and to rebuild and to help students get back on track. But the solution to these issues does not lie in politically charged hearings that mislead the American people and have nothing to do with advancing the protection of children's health, their well-being, or their education. So I want to go back and reiterate and be deliberately redundant of what my colleague, Ms. Dingell, brought out and correct, again, this testimony by reminding us that the transcript of the hearing that took place 1 year ago in this committee, when Ms. Walensky came and testified under oath to this committee and was questioned by members of the committee about consultation, she said they consulted with over 50 organizations, not just with the American Federation of Teachers, 50 organizations, dozens of stakeholders, including dozens of parent groups and school boards and superintendents and national associations of school nurses and others to come up with the guidance that we're here talking about today. They didn't just go to AFT and say, what do you think? If they'd done that, everybody would be correct here in lambasting what took place. They sought to get the broadest amount of information they could, and that's reasonable. Very reasonable. In fact, it's something that we expect will happen because we want great input. It's also startling to me that even as this committee is holding this hearing today, supposedly, well, let me take that back, because I don't want to judge their motives, anybody's motives, but as we are holding this hearing today out of concern for Americans' children, some on the committee are threatening to defund the American education system in the upcoming budget. Now, I don't understand that. Is that a sleight of hand, or is that deliberate. Budget cuts, 22%, totaling $3.1 billion in different areas of education that will affect children are all under assault. So I'm glad that you're here, Ms. Weingarten. I suspect that you know that nobody's going to sort of treat you with kid gloves, but continue to tell the truth over and over and over again. And in the end, we hope and pray that the truth will win out.
Gentleman's time has expired.